So are you recording on your side already?
Yes, I am.
Alright. So what's up, YouTube? Fucking back. Week 3, podcast number 3. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned this in the second podcast, but if you want to catch the previous podcast, check the description box down below. If you want to see my live reaction to the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, you can check that down below in real time. And yeah, so let's get into it. Our 3 big subjects for tonight are going to be, which one you want to do first, Spider-Man or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Let's start with Spider-Man.
Alright, so we're going to start with Spider-Man. We're going to end with House of Cards. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers for House of Cards, don't fucking watch that part of the show. But, yeah, let's get it. About to get out the old timer.
Yeah, that timer may go by the wayside tonight. I got some stuff.
No, man, these are too big of subjects, man. I could talk about these subjects for 4 hours. Gotta keep it contained. But, how am I gonna categorize this? I guess you can go first, since something tells me you're a bigger Spider-Man fan than me. And, I guess just discuss what were your thoughts on the first Amazing Spider-Man, what do you think about the second one, and what do you think about the coming sequels. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes starting now.
All right, the first Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, was it was decent. I didn't like that they had to do a revamp that soon already after the first trilogy came out. But I feel like Andrew Garfield did a much better job than Tobey Maguire capturing Peter Parker and Spider-Man. One of my favorite things about Spider-Man in the comic books was how smart alecky he was, and Tobey Maguire never captured that. And Andrew Garfield did a much better job, to me personally. Mark Webb is more of a storyteller, so obviously we'll have to just kind of go with that. The first teaser trailer he released for Amazing Spider-Man was awful. The CGI was garbage. But he fine-tuned some things, and it looked a lot better come movie time. I didn't like in the first one how many people knew who Spider-Man was. They knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. I didn't really care for that, but that was just me, and that's how they wrote it up. So, the second one, personally to me, it looks like it's going to be incredible. Electro looks stunning. I'm kind of worried about how emo Dane DeHaan looks. I love the guy as an actor. He's been great. But I'm a little worried about how emo Harry looks. And the Rhino is this Transformer type character, which kind of, I guess I like it instead of him physically turning into a rhinoceros. But I guess we'll see what happens with that. I am looking forward to this movie, though. It does look a lot better than the Amazing Spider-Man one. As far... What's that?
You're at 1 minute and 59 seconds.
Okay. As far as the spin-offs go, Sony could have a huge market by creating antagonist films. Venom has a very good story to tell. Now that depends on if they decide to go with the Eddie Brock Venom or the Flash Thompson Venom. I would be okay with either one. And with the Sinister Six, that's going to be really tough to have 6 antagonists in one film. My hopes is that they do Marvel Zombies or Ultimate Six, because we're talking, if they do Marvel Zombies, it's Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Vulture, Mysterio, Electro, and Kraven. If they do Ultimate Six, it's Sandman, Dr. Octopus, Kraven, Electro, Vulture, and Green Goblin. I think Ultimate Six might be a little bit better way for them to go.
Alright, 2 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay, I'm going. Hold on. There's one thing that worries me with the spin-offs, though. Kurtzman, Orky, and Solomon are due to write and direct Sinister Six. They did the Transformer films. That worries me. But Kurtzman and Orky also did the new Star Treks and Fringe, which were really good. The Solomon guy also, but he did Bill and Ted, which, was, I guess, okay back in the day. But he also did the Now You See Me screenplay. And the guy writing the story, Vanderbilt, did Zodiac, Rundown, and White House Down. Which Zodiac was good, White House Down was okay, and Rundown was okay. So that is that's some worrisome stuff right there as far as the Sinister Six goes. Drew Goddard, who did Cabin in the Woods, which I loved because it was a completely different film than I was expecting, is supposed to write and direct Venom, and he's also doing the Daredevil series on Netflix. So that I'm more excited about the Venom than I am Sinister Six, due primarily just to who's on to direct it.
All right.
Sorry, told you I had to go off.
No, it's talking about fan geeky stuff right here. All right, so I'm just gonna give myself 2 minutes. Here I go. Okay, the clock started for me. I did not like the first Amazing Spider-Man. I thought it was, oh my god, I don't even know how to describe it. I saw it in 3D too, by the way. I didn't like it. I thought it was predictable, generic, forgettable. I think that's the worst attribute I can think of. I just thought the first one was forgettable. But the only gem out of it was that Andrew Garfield got cast, and he's amazing. The second movie, ironically, looks pretty fucking cool, I must admit. Unfortunately, it's got that same vibe of Spider-Man 3, where it's, there's multiple villains. But, however, in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, seems like things are structured better, and I think Electro is the main focus, villain-wise, hopefully, anyways. Dane DeHaan looks pretty cool. I think Jamie Foxx is going to be amazing as Electro. And yeah, so I'm hoping it doesn't disappoint. Hoping. My God. What else? I think there's going to be sequels 3 and 4 of The Amazing Spider-Man. The only thing I really know, prior to this conversation anyways, was that Mary Jane, she's going to be in the third act, I believe. So I'm really curious about who's going to be cast as that. I think that's going to be a big deal. Much bigger than what Spidey fans are thinking about. And the villain spin-offs, Sinister Six, has me incredibly fucking worried. I love the concept, but has me worried. Now, Venom, that could work really well. Really well. Depending on who's cast to play Venom. And I think they should try and go for a fucking Spider-Man and Venom team-up. And that's 2 minutes for me. But I think that would be incredibly sick and clever and totally unexpected. For me, a Spider-Man and Venom team-up would be not equivalent, but close to like Batman vs. Superman. Just Batman vs. Superman, I never thought would ever happen cinematically speaking. So, Spider-Man and Venom being on screen together, teaming up is something I never thought cinematically speaking I would ever see. So exploring that with the Venom spinoff would be pretty awesome.
I agree, especially if they could team up to take on somebody like, say, Carnage.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, that would be insane. Sinister Six, I don't know about all that. I compared that to something a while ago. The Sinister Six movie sounds like fucking... What does that remind me of? I don't know, man. It sounds sketchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I did want to touch on a point.
Actually, I think it kind of just sounds like if you took all the major villains from the Christopher Nolan Batman series, like Scarecrow and Joker and Bane, it'd be like a whole movie with like those motherfuckers, like as the main characters. Like it's just, I don't know about all that. Venom, I can see, but I don't know about Sinister Six.
Yeah, because Venom wasn't. He was kind of an anti-hero, but he wasn't necessarily at all times a villain.
Right.
I did want to touch on, they did cast Mary Jane. It's Shailene Woodley. She was in The Descendants, and she's in that new movie coming out, Divergent.
Officially?
Yeah, she was cast, and they actually had to they kicked her out of this film. She was cast for Amazing Spider-Man 2, but from what I know, and I'm sure this is spoilers for any of the comic book nerds that are watching this, Emma Stone's character is going to die off. She dies in the comic books.
Oh yeah, but spoilers, Gwen dies.
Yeah, obviously.
I thought she died in the fall in the comic books. I could be wrong, but
she's gonna die, so they'll have to bring in another love interest, obviously, for Peter, and that'll be MJ. And yeah, Shailene Woodley was cast as MJ.
Officially,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look into that because I didn't know she was officially cast.
Yeah, because they wrote her into this script, but the direction that they went, they just pulled her out, and she said that she's supposed, from what I read, she's supposed to be back in a future Spider-Man film.
Huh. I'm gonna have to look into that. That's interesting. But anything else you want to say about Sony's future plans with Spider-Man before we move
on? I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do a Spider-Man 4. Could almost see it being one of the spin-off films.
I don't know about that. That kind of reminds me of like The Hobbit and Avatar. Like early on, some people were like, James Cameron's not gonna make a fourth Avatar. Peter Jackson's not gonna make a third. I think they are. I don't think Sony would. I think Sony even knows the year that they're shooting for with the fourth one. So I would be hesitant to say that they're just, they just got overexcited and was like, "Yay, let's make number 4." I think a safe bet we'll see a fourth one. But it could be more villainy base, maybe.
I don't know. I could see something 3 Spider-Mans and then maybe have Garfield come back for that Spider-Man Venom team up movie we're wanting.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Just Spider-Man and Venom temporarily helping each other. Not really like friends. I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's just almost like a business arrangement. Like they just need to help each other for a little bit, and then I need to kill you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just the casting of Venom could be really, really awesome.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, depending on, because Eddie Brock obviously was a reporter, where Flash Thompson was a guy that Peter went to high school with. Flash Thompson was more of the Agent Venom, so he couldn't be Venom for longer than a couple hours before it would consume him. Whereas obviously Eddie Brock could kind of turn whenever he wanted to. I personally would be okay with either one. I honestly would. I think they'll probably go the Eddie Brock route because that Venom is more known than Agent Venom. So we'll see.
And for God's sakes, do not make Eddie Brock goddamn Topher Grace. I'm not saying Topher Grace is a fucking... He's not a bad actor. He's actually one of my favorite movies of all time, ladies and gentlemen. There's a movie with... the name escapes me for some reason, but it's got Dennis Quaid and Scarlett Johansson, and it's a fantastic movie, all right? But him as Eddie Brock was a horrible idea. When Spider-Man 3 came out, I was so excited, I didn't even give a fuck. It could have been Jimmy Kimmel as fucking Venom. I didn't care. I just wanted to see the movie. But after the fact, I was like, oh my god.
What did they do?
Why is Topher Grace in this role? That is so wrong. But shout outs to Topher Grace. He's in Interstellar. So, hey, he's not a bad actor, but that was
horrible casting.
Anyhow, yeah, that's the only things I really want to say about that. I really want to look into that Mary Jane thing. I feel like, I don't know. I need to double check on that. But let's move on to the Guardians of the Galaxy. My God. So, did you see the trailer?
I did. I saw it this morning.
Nice. All right. So, I guess I'll just go first. I'll limit myself to 2 minutes starting now. And oh my God, was that trailer amazing. What the fuck? Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who, I'm just not in love with Phase 1 of Marvel's Cinematic Universe. It just doesn't do a lot for me. Yeah, true, Avengers is in there, but I didn't love Avengers. Sorry, fans, sorry. Bite my head off if you like. But Phase 2 is looking pretty damn nice. And man, Guardians of the Galaxy is the first Marvel film that just looks different for once. Like, it actually looks unique. I saw that Lego movie recently, and Guardians of the Galaxy kind of reminds me of the energy from that Lego movie. You know, it looks like something that could be really fun, really funny, just lighthearted, but there's a lot of like solid, just eye-popping CGI and action, and that's the type of Marvel movie that I've been waiting for a long time. Man, I think the only other Marvel movie I think of that I really loved was the first Iron Man. I think that's a solid fucking movie, really good movie. The trailer just caught me by surprise. I can't believe we didn't hear Bradley Cooper as the raccoon.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's fucking raccoon shooting a gun. That just sounds amazing. I was really worried about Batista being in it, but it worked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not expecting an Oscar-winning performance. You know, I'm sure he'll make it work. Zoe, that's a tasty woman. And I'm curious, like, that tree thing.
Groot?
Like, yeah. The fuck? Looks awesome, though. Vin Diesel's the voice, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other guy, the actor's name is Chris Pratt. He was killing me in the trailer. So yeah, that's 2 minutes for me. Guardians of the Galaxy looks great. I don't know why they waited so long to put out the trailer, but I think maybe they finished shooting in October. Maybe, could be wrong about that, but I'm excited for it. I think it looks great. So, what do you think, Eric? Time starts now.
I was kind of hesitant at first because James Gunn is directing this film, and he made movie 43, which was horrible. He also did Super, that had Rainn Wilson in it, which I didn't really care for either. But seeing this trailer, the possibilities just started rolling out of my mind when I saw the universe that they're taking this to, and the realm that they're stepping out of. It makes a Doctor Strange film much more probable, and that's what excites me. I'm excited to see the Guardians of the Galaxy film because I love Chris Pratt. He's in one of my favorite shows, Parks and Rec. He's so funny on that damn show. And obviously, like you said, Zoe Saldana she's beautiful. She can be green, blue, black, it don't matter. She's sexy no matter what.
Right?
But yeah, this film, it looks good visually. It looks well done, well put together from what we've seen so far. It looks like it's going to be a lighthearted type of action film, which I'm excited about. But the thing that got me most was what could possibly come from Marvel out of this Guardians of the Galaxy film. And Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters, and I really hope that Guardians of the Galaxy succeeds because I fully believe that Doctor Strange will hit the ground running with pre-production and everything like that shortly after, hopefully, the success of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. So you came up at a minute and 49 seconds. There's a lot of word of mouth going on about Doctor Strange. People are hungry for that movie. I am not. I did like the character as a kid, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not seeing what the fans are seeing in terms of because a lot of fans are really hungry for a cinematic take on Doctor Strange. I'm not that amped up about it, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not like I need to see it like soon. I'm not like that. I'm more curious about Ant-Man, to be honest. That's gonna be insane. But even Guardians of the Galaxy, the fact that they're trying to start like a cosmic franchise within the Marvel universe that's just a mind fucking idea. And is there gonna be ties to Guardians of the Galaxy and like the Avengers? Like, are they gonna be connected somehow? Like the sequels of the Avengers?
From...
Because if that happens, I'm gonna shit all over the place. That's gonna be crazy epic.
I haven't heard anything as far as plans or ideas for getting the two films like together. I don't know if we'll see Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon in any Avengers film.
Oh well, I don't know. I don't know. I meant like, could they be? Well, if that happened, that would be. Woo! I'm like, man, that'd be a lot to take. But I meant like the what happens in the world of the Avenger movies affects what happens in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, or vice versa. Could that be plausible?
I would say yes, specifically because obviously in Thor 2 they made mention of what happened in New York, and they make it a very realistic, bringing it down to earth film. And at the end of Thor 2 they have the Collector, Benicio del Toro, as their little tidbit to the preview of the next film that they're wanting to bring in. So they obviously exist within the same realm and the same universe. So there's tie-ins there to be made. I just don't know how much of it's going to overlap within what they've already got created.
Yeah, because like I said, it's the team from Guardians of the Galaxy were in the same movie with the Avengers. I think my head might explode.
Probably.
Whoa! But I just sort of meant, could the worlds like affect each other? I think maybe.
I could see it happening.
So could I. Doesn't that... Who is Thanos? You know what I'm talking about? Who the hell is that?
Oh, he's a bad mamma jamma.
Is he from the Avengers world or universe, or the Guardians of the Galaxy universe?
Just the Marvel universe more so. What I'm hoping they do, and I think they've already kind of preluded to this, he collects the Infinity Gems, Infinity Stones, to build an Infinity Gauntlet, which I think is what's going to end up happening in the third Avengers.
I've heard of what you're talking about. But
yeah, because at the end of Thor, that's what the Collector was talking about, was one of the stones that he needed for the Gauntlet. So I think Thanos is having people do his dirty work to collect all those gems so that he can get that Infinity Gauntlet and become a badass motherfucker in Avengers 3.
Dude, I feel ashamed to say this because I don't love Phase. Is Ant-Man and Guardians, is that part of Phase 2, right?
Ant-Man is going to be Phase... I think they're technically considering that Phase 3.
Are they? Fuck. What's all of Phase 2 then?
You had Iron Man 3, Thor 2,
right.
Captain America 2, and then Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Thor 2. Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. So Phase 3 is what then? Ant-Man and what?
It should be Ant-Man. They've got two other films that they have yet to specify what they are. There's a lot of speculation that one of them might be a Guardians of the Galaxy sequel. Obviously, I'm hoping for a Doctor Strange or a Black Panther film. I think that would be fantastic.
Why do you, as a Marvel fan, would love to see a Black Panther or Doctor Strange film as opposed to anything else?
I think that's just kind of for the type of characters that they're going with now. Doctor Strange, once you start bringing in other realms, Thor was kind of a starting point. Guardians of the Galaxy is a real push into different universes and realms. I think Doctor Strange could be, because he's a magic-based character.
Right.
So I think a lot of his potential is going, like I said, is going to rely on the success of Guardians. And what they could visually do with him would be fantastic. And if you could get somebody, I know there's a lot of rumors of Johnny Depp, Viggo Mortensen, Luke Evans.
Johnny Depp. I think Johnny Depp would be perfect. I don't know what anybody else is thinking, but
if he can get past the whole Jack Sparrow weird eye thing, I think it could be a good role for him. Black Panther, I just love Black Panther. I think he would be a very interesting character because he's the king of his country. You know, and it wouldn't have to be anybody big because he's got the full suit. You don't see his face or anything. Um, and he would, oh god, they could do so much with. I mean, you could even have like an avatar visualization of his world, of his land. Um, it would just be incredible to see that put to film.
Huh. I need to do some more. It's been so long since I've read any comics with Doctor Strange or Black Panther. I need to refreshify my memory. But I am cautiously optimistic. I will say that. Especially if the likes of like Johnny Depp or something like that was Doctor Strange. That would just be, man, that would be awesome. What the hell? That'd be crazy awesome. Has there been any rumors about is there going to be like connections between the world of the Ant-Man movies and Avengers? Because apparently Ant-Man's supposed to be deeply tied with Avengers, I thought.
Well, I mean, him and his wife Janet actually created the Avengers. So it was kind of surprising that they were left out of the initial Avengers film.
Right.
And he also creates Ultron, and he's left out of the second Avengers film. So I'm very curious about what direction they're going to take with those movies. I know they're supposed to be touching on both Ant-Man's, Lang and Pym.
Yeah.
So that should be a pretty interesting touch on what Edgar Wright's doing. I would hope that they bring him in at some point in time because he does have a lot to do with what happened with the Avengers forming and what happens to the next villain they're going to fight in their sequel. So I really hope, for Marvel's sake, that they bring him into some future Avengers film.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe what Marvel is doing cinematically with their universe, or universes, I guess I should say now. It's blowing my mind. Seriously. Like, could you imagine like 10, 15 years from now when I think this is inevitable to me, but when they try to get into like really deep Infinity Gauntlet type stuff, or like Marvel Civil Wars or stuff like that, or having like direct connections between different franchises within the Marvel Universe. Ooh!
Oh, you know how much I would love to see a Civil War film? Oh my god.
I would, for the really big nerds out there, what was that one? I think it was called Universe X. You guys remember that one? The one where Captain America was bald and he got shot and shit? Man, just stuff like that would be too much. And it needs to happen.
Yes,
Seriously.
I agree.
Man, DC needs to hurry up, man. My God. DC needs to catch up. But, then again, what was that old story? The rabbit, the turtle, but the turtle won.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so I still got hope for you, DC, but you're being crushed right now. Who cares if the Marvel Universe is filled with F's or A pluses? Either way, the movies are like crushing you right now because of the interconnectivity, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I mean, my God, they got the TV series now. What's it called?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, they got that going now. And
they got Netflix series coming for Luke Cage, Daredevil.
What?
Yeah. Yep, it's going straight to Netflix.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Yes.
Marvel is doing work.
Yes, they are.
All right. Any final thoughts about Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, other than I'm super stoked to watch it. I was kind of curious on how the heart of the film was going to be, and it looks like they're going more of a lighthearted, funny feel to it. And I mean, with Chris Pratt, that's just how it's got to be. That's how that guy is. I don't think there's a serious bone in his body.
For me, Chris Pratt is a complete question mark to me. I'm not familiar with him at all. Apparently, he was the voice of the main character of the Lego movie, I think. Mm-hmm. Could be wrong about that. I think so. But, man, he came off with so much charisma and energy in the movie, if that was him. I think it was him. But, and so this will be kind of like an introduction to him as an actor, really, with Guardians of the Galaxy. So that'll be interesting for sure. Has he done just a lot of comedy work, I guess, or
Yeah,
show?
he was in what was that? Vince, I think Delivery Man with Vince Vaughn. I think he was in where
Oh,
like
yeah,
he had like
I remember.
500 kids or something like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in the trailer. I didn't see the movie because it looked horrible.
I
But
didn't either. But yeah, I mean that's primarily what he's stuck to is comedy, and in Parks and Rec, the guy's just so funny. He's a complete space cadet. He's an idiot, but he brings so much hilarity to the show. It's awesome. I'm so stoked for this movie.
sick. Yeah, I can't wait to see Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the type of Marvel movie that I've been waiting for. Visually, it just looks weird, crazy, and unique. I love the energy. And I am so curious about this fucking raccoon. That is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Bradley Cooper as a gun-toting angry raccoon. I need to see that ASAP. But yeah, that's my final thoughts on that. So, I think it's time to get into HOC, House of Cards,
You're
Netflix original series. Not that original. It's kind of already been done British style years ago, I guess. Recent years, something like that. So yeah, let's get into House of Cards. Spoilers are coming, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers, go jogging or something. So, all right, let's get into it. So, how far are you along on House of Cards?
I'm on episode 4, so don't go anything past. That was the episode where Frank got locked in his office because of the white powder scare.
Oh my God, that was that episode 4 already?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! All right, I only started watching House of Cards. Let's see here.
Last weekend.
Yeah, I only started watching House of Cards the day after Valentine's Day. I'm not even going to use the timer for the rest of this. We're at 32 minutes, by the way. But I only started watching the show day after Valentine's Day. Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go ahead, because I'm still a little foggy on season 1. Season 2 is fresh on my mind, so yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm just talking without the timer here. But season 1 of House of Cards, some of the finest television I've ever seen, which is a completely incorrect word to use because it's not on television at all. But man, it's just one of the shows I've ever seen in my whole life, man. I almost want to say I like it more than The Walking Dead. I know some people probably just shit themselves. I even thought that, but I really like this show. My favorite top 2 shows, Mad Men and Breaking Bad, second, then The Walking Dead. But House of Cards is now number 4 and number 3. I'm not sure which one, but it's just the first 4 minutes got me when the main character, Francis, he like just walks out of his house and like there's this dying dog that got hit by a car and he just finishes it off, while like talking to you, the viewer, and breaking the fourth wall and shit. I was like, what the hell type of show is this, man? And just Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright are phenomenal as these ruthless, villainous, yet somehow likable people. Just totally ruthless. My God, they are amazing. And Kevin Spacey's accent that he's got for this character, he's got that shit down packed. Like, sometimes I forget that he doesn't have that accent in real life. What were some things from season 1 that come to mind? The bathtub scene between Francis and Peter Russo or Russell or whatever, where he offers Peter the razor. I was like, what the fuck? I like the whole reasoning behind why Francis knocks on things all the time. Like he knocks on wood. It's interesting. Why do you think Claire messed up that giant portrait and folded that one piece into origami? Why do you think she did that?
Man, I don't know.
You know what I mean? I've been trying to figure out, and I'm not sure. Because at first I was really confused by, like, she gave the homeless black dude a $20 bill, and he folds it into a origami, and we as a viewer, we never get, like, a direct answer. So I was curious what you thought of why she did that.
Man, I don't know.
I'm not sure. It's got me stumped currently. Anybody who loves the show, let me know your theories down below, because I'm curious about that. I'm trying to think about what happened in the finale. I feel like he killed Peter before the finale of season 1. I don't know. But all I gotta say is, and then I'm gonna pass it off to you. The premiere of season 2, holy fuck. When he takes Zoe and just throws this bitch in front of the train, I just could not believe that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even really that. It was like he had her delete all the his contact information from her phone. He had her delete all the messages, and then just bam, she's just gone dead, just dead immediately. Now odds are, I mean, you know, it's safe to say that the cell phone will have been destroyed, but even still, like, I just couldn't believe he did that. I thought that character Zoe was going to be around for a long time, you know, at least another couple seasons. So for her to just be just dead and gone like that just blew my mind. So what's your take on House of Cards in season 2?
Yeah, that I had to rewind that part and make sure I saw what I saw, because I was like, he did not just push her in front of a train.
Right? The balls on this dude.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I have to agree. This is one of my favorite shows. I was timid at first to watch it because I don't really deal with politics. But this was, oh my God, I love it. The script, the interaction with Francis and the other political people that he deals with, and the way he almost makes them feel so minuscule compared to his ego. And the fourth wall thing, like you said, that was one of my favorite things about season 2, is he was just kind of going about his business, and then at one point in time he's washing his hands and he looks in the mirror, he's like, oh, well, don't think I forgot about you guys.
Yeah.
Talking back to us. I was like, oh, that was awesome.
It almost puts you, like, in his head, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what his thoughts are like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the dialogue in that show is, it's so incredible. And for them to get that deep into the backdoor politics and how political power is used and abused to get things you want, and it's just so incredible. And, you know, I wouldn't be half surprised if that's how the politics really are. You know, leverage what somebody else wants to get what you want, because you have that kind of power to do so. And the drive of this, of Francis's character, to go from the whip majority leader to the vice president, and I would assume he's going to go straight for the presidency.
Dude, if he becomes president, I'm gonna shit myself. That's gonna be amazing.
They did. They just released season 2, and they have signed up for a 3rd season as well.
Thank God.
Yes, thank God, and whoever else had any doing with that show being produced. It's, oh my God, it's fantastic. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to go jump off a bridge, because you're missing one of the best shows on TV.
Dude, House of Cards is like a drug. All right, I am addicted. I can't believe. I remember when I was texting this guy right here. I was asking him a question like, "Oh man, I'm in the middle of season 1. It's great. I'm addicted. Like, what days does season 2? You know, season 2 episodes come out?" He was like, "Oh, all of season 2 is already available." I was like, "What?" I almost pissed myself. I am not used to that at all. I mean, with Breaking Bad or Walking Dead, these motherfuckers will split up a whole season in half and give you one half here, and then months go by and then give you the other half. And man, that's so stupid to me, man. I mean, I don't care because I love the show, so I'm gonna have to wait because I have to. But it'd be nice to just watch the whole thing through. You know, that's the way it should be.
Yep.
You know, man, I love that. You know, all of season 2, it's right there. Watch it at your own leisure. You know, go nuts. Watch in 24 hours or some shit. You know. Why do you think people like watching Francis? Because Francis, to me, he is, and his wife, oh my God, real quick. When Claire told that one bitch, I hope you're, oh wait, I don't know if you've gotten that far. Did you see when Claire insults this lady about her baby? Did you see that part?
Yes.
Okay. That insult that she gives that lady, I hope the baby dies and withers away inside of your belly, I just couldn't believe she said that.
Yeah.
And she meant it.
Yeah, 100%.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know? What do you think about that?
that, to me, felt the exact same as Francis pushing Zoe in front of that train. That had the same impact. I was like, damn, that was harsh. Like, I understand they had their differences in season 1, but
I was like, damn, the best outcome you thought of was just and get away with it. Like, I mean, true. That's definitely you know, the hard drive ain't working. Fuck it. You can just take it out and destroy it and just buy a new one. But I mean, could have waited and thought of something better. My God. But yeah, back to the other topic though. What do you think makes Francis and Claire so watchable? Because they're such villainous, ruthless people.
Well, I kind of made this connection when I was trying to explain this show to somebody before. It's a political Dexter without all the killing. Like, Dexter he was a bad guy that you rooted for. And Francis is that same type of character. He's just, the stuff that he does is so dirty and undermined and underhanded, but once you see results, you want him to succeed and you want him to continue this path that he's on. He's just an incredible force of a character, and it's just his performance is captivating and dominating. Yeah,
he makes me like man, I'm a fucking weak ass. I need to go harder in life. What the fuck? I'm like, what the hell? Maybe I'm not going hard enough in life. You definitely shouldn't murder people, by the way, kids. But I love his drive to win. I think he should be a little bit more moral than he is. But other than that, I love his drive to win, man. Like, for him, failure is just not an option. There's always a way to achieve and win.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Claire. It's amazing how they love each other, like, legit. You know what I mean? Like, they don't backstab and betray each other. Like, they for real love each other. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, they do love each other, but I mean, you did have the whole
Claire messing around
and Francis too, with Zoe.
Yeah, sure. But you know what I mean? There's something, they have that.
Oh yeah, they've got a bond. I mean, they feed off of each other. They, you know, Claire is the person she is because of Francis, and vice versa.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're at the 44-minute mark. That's where we usually end the podcast. So, any final thoughts to say about House of Cards?
If you haven't seen it, quit your day job and watch the show, and then go find another job once you're caught up.
Yeah, first off, if you're watching this and you haven't watched the show, kill yourself. Not really, I'm just kidding. But you should probably slap yourself a little bit for listening to these spoilers, because the show is amazing. The writing is fantastic. David Fincher made the first 2 episodes of season 1. My God. I had no idea about that. I would have watched it ages ago if I did. And, you know, the acting's superb, the writing's superb. It is glorious in HD. And it's always surprising. It's always surprising. Man, wait till you see this Asian dude when you catch up. That's a wild man. That's the only way I got describe that. Oh yeah, for people who finished season 2, and for you as well, the ending of episode 11 of season 2, I think my head exploded. I think that's gonna make or break fans. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if you've heard, but a lot of people have been really afraid of the. How should I put this? Because I don't want to spoil it for you. The homosexuality in the show has been scaring motherfuckers. It doesn't really bother me because it isn't fucking Brokeback Mountain or something, but it's been scaring people, and it's used in interesting ways. That's all I gotta say. But other than that, great show. I love it. That's all. That's all for me. How about you?
I got nothing.
All right, guys. Until next week. Guess we're out.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.